Wait for a few to get on board. We'll show you, we're going to be playing, have a look at the hardtop today, guys. And old Capitano is back for some Ford big block action. I'll turn that buzzer off my phone. Like that. Okay, it was me getting a notification for myself. As you can see, there's still no motor in it, which is great. So until we get a few on board, guys, I will show you what's going on with the Valiant. Okay, so I've got the 4-link runners. Okay, Chris, how are you, buddy? 4-link runners both sides. Bang, bang. Okay, the next piece is the diff mount one. So this one here, up to here, but we don't have a lot of room. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to clean the camera a bit with my shirt. It mustn't be the camera. There it is there. All right, there we go. That's better. Okay, g'day everyone. Got a few on already. So what happens is that top one there to triangulate it has to come back up into this top corner here, and it's going to end up quite short. So you got to end up with that angle there, semi the same as that angle there. But yeah, we're getting there, guys. It's all happening. I did straighten up the engine in this, so that's actually sitting straight now. I had to move the alternator because the alternator sits in this gap just here. Okay, and it was actually hitting on that mount, so I've got to chop that little bit there to get the alternator back on and go from there. We were talking this morning, Captain's back in today, that this will end up having turbos on it. There is just, the starter motor bolts onto here, right, guys? So just here. And then as you can see, once that's on there, and you've also got your steering rack, which is going to be sitting where this pole is, starter motor, there's just no room to fit any sort of exhaust. So we're just going to have to run, it'll just be a single turbo. The system will be a lot like that, the system that was in that, you know, that VX Club Sport we had to play with the other day? So it'll be a lot the same as that, guys. But yeah, and then just one big, say 3-inch dump pipe, because we've got plenty of room down this far side here. But, you know, it's just one of those things. We're getting there and it's coming along. I ended up with a fair few interruptions yesterday, so I didn't get as much of this done as I wanted to, but I'm still very, very happy that the new diff's sort of in. Once it's in, we're going to run 12-inch wheels with probably a 3.5-inch backspace. And yeah, so they'll be huge. They will be around the same size as those rims there on the ground. I'll read a couple of questions and we'll go over and see where Captain's up to, guys. So, hello, everyone. Thank you very much, PM. We're getting there, mate. It's only tacked in at the moment, but I'll weld it properly when it's on the floor. So, I read 1CA. I don't understand what that means, but anyway, okay. Hey, big fella, the kids and Cooper say hi. Loving the videos. Thank you very much, Mr. Jack. So, Tamika and Cooper, hello, how are you? Glad to have you along for the ride. Righto, let's talk big blocks, eh? Okay, so, Ben, mate, massive supporter as always. Thank you very much, Ben. Absolutely appreciate it, mate, really do. Okay, so what we've got, guys, is it for the track? No, everything that we build is to drive on the street. We aim for it to be something you could daily if you had a lot of money for fuel. Everything sort of has to be registered, but these two cars, the LS hardtop and the big block Fairlane, are two that will be quite stout cars, and we probably will go and race each other and carry on a bit. What do you reckon, Captain? Yeah. Yeah, you know, we'll have some fun in these ones, so yeah. All right, and with the new direction I'm taking with the channel this year, we were just talking then about the 50 other cars we've got to build, and we both agree that we're just going to keep following the process to get these things done. Okay, at least running and driving, and then we'll worry about how pretty they are. But for now, I'm going to be doing afternoons on this, and Lethal will do what he can in between jobs. Okay, so don't the exhausts have to go out the back for roadworthy? Yeah, it will go out the back, but you can't get it out the back. Okay, it'll have a full exhaust system on it, yes, but it'll have one header on this side. Okay, it'll come across the front to join to this one with a big turbo sitting up in that corner there, and then the pipe will come down through there and out the back. Okay, because I can't get one to go through there, down through here, and out the back. Does that make sense? You just can't get pipes past the torsion bar, the chassis rail, the starter motor, and the steering arm and the steering rack. It's all just too busy and there's too much stuff there. So if we run the manifold forward and put a crossover across to a manifold on the passenger side, put the turbo here, and then out of the turbo, a big dump pipe with heaps of room here, down through and straight back out the back there. Does that make more sense? Sorry, I didn't explain that properly, but yeah. Anyway, righto, Capitanio. Yeah. Where are we up to? Leith's been here for a while playing big blocks, so he's going to give you an update on things that don't work out the way you want them to.
Pretty much everything in this workshop.
Just have to talk up a touch.
Yeah, okay, so big block, not going in as it is, we're just sitting in there and dumbing it up. Once I got
Down there for the light.
Once I got the exhaust manifolds off, exhaust pot's full of oil. So
okay.
To me, that means it was smoky as.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was from the wreckers. You can't expect a perfect engine from a couple of wreckers, as we know because we sell them a lot. So yeah, I'm going to get in there, dummy it up, and then I'm basically just going to do a re-ring on it and throw a little cam in there just to get it up and running and drivable.
Okay, so our first plan, I'll just touch on that wreckers motors. Okay, an engine doesn't get pulled out of a car because the car is a good car, if you understand that. So by the time a car gets to the wreckers, it's either been in a crash or the motor's blown up, or the car just hasn't been looked after, not serviced properly. Mr. Jack, thank you very much, dude. Really appreciate the support. Yeah, so I bought a motor. He said it is a runner, but he can't guarantee what it's like, which is the same as what we do here because you haven't driven it anywhere. You know what I mean? So now we've had a bit more of a look at it. It's probably, if we were just going to stick it into an old F100 and poke around to carry some timber around,
oh, of course.
you'd probably just chuck it in.
It probably does run really well, but I just don't want to take the issues. If it is a little bit smoky, if it does fail plugs and all that sort of stuff,
we don't have time.
Trying to change plugs in this thing will be absolute near impossible. So
yeah.
I want to make sure it's right the first time.
And the plan for us with this thing was going to be, is put rings and bearings in it and put aluminium heads on it and a roller cam and that. That's about $8,000 worth. But now seeing that we don't have the $8,000, our next solution will be to rings and bearings. So rings and bearings
and camshafts probably about $800.
Yeah. We're not going to put a roller cam in it. We're just going to put a hydraulic tappet cam in, which is what's in it now, but a bigger cam, so it's lumpier and goes a little bit better. Leith's going to service the cylinder heads while they're off. I don't think we'll bother porting them or doing anything like that because we are still going to buy the big roller and the aluminium heads probably mid-year with any luck. We're going to put our big manifold on straight up, which is that one there, the Edelbrock dual plane air gap manifold. So our plan now today is for, hopefully today, we'll see how we go, sump off, because we've got to put our other new sump on that fits the Fairlane. Leith just tested a engine mount to make sure they were for the 460, which are on there now. He's having trouble getting the distributor out because it's actually seized in there, and he doesn't want to break that because it is quite a good distributor still that will be able to run to get the manifold off. So we can put that manifold on, put a carby on it, sump on, engine mounts on, sit it in the car with the engine pipes so we can see that the engine pipes clear everything, the sump clears, and then it's also going to give us our height for our bonnet because we may have to, we're going to have to cut the bonnet, and then we're just going to see what sort of clearance and scoop we need to run to go from there. So our plan has changed, but not that much. It's added a couple of weeks probably on getting this thing going, but at least when it goes back in, we're going to know
that everything fits and it goes.
That it fits and it goes, because there's nothing worse than like the Bedford, that thing fired and then stopped because the motor had sat too long. So it's still exciting. I'm still extremely keen to.
At least that one actually winds over nicely. At least we know it's not
like that. But yeah. So how does that all sound, guys? We're all up to speed and smart idea. Thank you, Mr. Jack. Hi guys, what's up? Like the car, the big stuff is cool. I love big engines as well. V8s are the way to go, guys. Got to steer clear of these 6-cylinder things, don't you, Leith? No? No? All right, so we're going to do some work, guys. I don't know if that's just a bit of an update for you, so you all know what's going on. I'll endeavour, depending on how many phone calls I get, to whether I get much done on the coupe today. I don't know how far Leith's going to go with this today. He might do the sump or something. And yeah, no, he's still on holiday mode. So
I've been here since bloody 8 o'clock. You got here about half an hour ago.
yeah.
So that's the difference.
Yeah, but the SS is out there on daily duties again, guys. She's just a beautiful car, and I do think that I'm going to sell this, guys. I do think I'm going to sell it, to be honest. It's yeah, the money from this will fund quite a lot of other things I want to do. So yeah, sad day, but what do you do? You know, it's just what do? You can't keep them all at times, as much as I'd love to. We've got a lot of other stuff to build, so.
Yeah. So who else reckons you should sell it to fund doing the SV89? I reckon that's the best thing you could ever do. SV89's heaps better car than that will ever be. And you can't drive them both.
No, that's right.
As much as he tries.
Yeah.
But,
And you also have to remember, I have another 2 in the backyard to get built, so as well as the SV89. And the SV89, I'm pretty keen to get it done. I don't have room for a lot of these cars, and that is one of the major issues, is shed space for me. This year, I want to endeavour to put up a few sheds at home.
yeah, it's all right to have all the shit boxes sitting outside when they're not done, but as soon as they're finished, they need to go
it's hard.
away, and we don't have room to put good cars away.
No, we don't. It's very hard. I think it'll be probably 25-ish, you reckon, something like that?
I'll give you 30 bucks.
Something like that. I'll have to go through. G'day 67S, how are you, dude? Is this getting uploaded as a video? Yes. All the live streams, when the live streams are done, as soon as they're finished, they process and go straight up into videos. So you don't have to catch a live stream live. They do just come up as videos straight after. They're always going to be there. I'll be back into editing after the new year, guys. I'll start editing again. So I'm going to try to do at least 2 to 3 videos a week, as well as I'm going to work 2 or 3 nights a week over here on the cars, and I'll do live streams with those videos. I'll try and have someone along to film while I do it so I can actually get some work done. But yeah. Yeah, captain said 30 bucks, yeah. That's just because he's the captain. 25 as it's auto. It is auto, but that thing shifts lanes when you shift gears. Like the auto, it's got a 411 mini spool in it with a built auto, so it shifts real hard. The motor, I didn't build the motor, but from what I can tell, it has a very mild cam, which comes on very early. It's very torquey. It's got roller rockers. It's got, that's about it really. I know it's got roller rockers. I couldn't tell you what's done to the motor, but the motor is perfect. It's only done 2,000 or 3,000 Ks because the motor was new when I bought the car and I've driven it bugger all. Yeah, and even with 411 gears on the highway, it doesn't rev hard. Like it's more than drivable as a daily, but it's just got heaps of stick. Like you can drive along at walking pace, smash it back to first, mash it, and it fries tyres and then shifts hard. And yeah, it's a fun car to drive. I don't really want to get rid of it, and I'm not going to jump through hoops if someone wants to buy it. You either buy it or you don't. Yeah, because once I've got sheds, then they can all just go in the shed. But anyway, that's enough of that sad talk. That's it. It's just, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to do. I'm not going to take on any more big builds until these 2 are done, though, and working, because we want to go out. Yeah, I can work tonight. Okay. There's a clean SV90 for sale for 25k in Adelaide. The SV90s aren't worth as much as the 89s though, the VP ones, because I think the 90s went to like a Statesman or something, didn't they? They aren't actually a normal shell. But anyway, that's just an idea, guys. It's not set in concrete. At the same time, I've got to sell it. I want to clean the interior a bit, and there's these silly gauges in the console. I want to pull them out and drive it around a bit more. But yeah, all right, dudes. We're going to do some work, and I'll give you an update on what's going on. You need to find a way to show us power steering leak. This power steering leak, same day Jag went out, because you said the video was a lot better. I did put a video up with that. of me. I drove it to the servo, then it was in the car park, and then young Jake come and picked me up and got me started, and yeah. But
That's a day we like to forget.
that's just the day I like to forget. Yeah, that's it, eh? SV89 build will be nice content for 2020. It won't be happening in 2020 because that's this year coming. These cars here are going to take quite a few months and a lot of money to build. The SV89 isn't a tidy up.
Yeah, it'll go on the rotisserie.
Yeah, the SV89 is a big dollar car.
Like a proper restoration.
It's a proper nut and bolt restoration. It's not just a quick tidy up. There's no cutting corners on it. It needs to be absolutely perfect. It's not just another car. Well, to me, it's not just another car, and it is a very, very nice car. It needs a full interior. It needs everything. It's rusty, the whole thing. It needs full wiring harness, the whole lot. Yeah, I'm not getting sidetracked, guys. We've both wanted to build the hard top and the Fairlane for quite some time. I've got just enough parts accumulated to do these, and we're both pretty excited to get them going and go and spend some weekends driving around. So we will play with the boats and that sort of stuff, and other stuff will get.
Put a tow on this to tow the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
You know, like there's plenty of other stuff that's going to get done in between because we obviously have to. But as for big builds where I'm spending every cent I've got, it's going into these until they're going and driving and moving. They may get done to a point where they run and drive and they look like dirty old dogs. We go race them or something, then they can get put away for a while and we'll do something else and have a break from them and then go back to them. But either way, see how we go. But yeah, but I'll definitely be editing videos, guys, in the start of the year and doing live streams at night. So yeah, yeah, I'm keen to see them on the road, eh? Are you taking over the Monaro? What Monaro is that? I haven't bought a Monaro yet. I'm still selling. I've got a lot of vehicles that I'm going to sell to buy the Monaro. But yeah, everything takes time, guys. Like, hey Red, what manual steering fits in a VS Commodore? VN Commodores came out standard. Anything VN up come out standard with power steering. So pre-VN, some cars come out with manual steering. But it's very hard to find a manual rack for a Commodore, and even the early racks are slightly different. There's no bolt-in solution unless you talk to some race car company. I suppose they may make a purpose-built one. I haven't watched Goon Squad. No, I haven't had time. Sorry. Today, mate. All right. Well, guys, I need to find a way. To show a power steering light in the VN. There was video, but I'm not uploading it. I went to court last time, so it's just not happening. What's the hovercraft going to be ready when we work on it? Yeah, just got to do fiberglassing and stuff like that. After Christmas, I'll get Wayne out to have a look at it. He's a fiberglasser, and get him to tell me the best way of repairing the fiberglass stuff because, yeah, still buying the Monaro, definitely. I just got to, it all comes down to money, guys. Like, all comes down to money. I've got to repair this. That there needs to be repaired properly because without that being repaired, the wind just comes straight out because the wind's supposed to come out these holes. And with that, the way it is there, it's just coming straight like a new skirt. And then pretty much it's ready to go because the motor's in it, it all runs. It's just to repair the fiberglass, but you know what I mean? What you have to remember is we're only two people. And out of the two people, I'm at this yard maybe half an hour a day, if that. Some days I don't even come here. I'm that busy in the truck. And Leith has all those cars there and a phone in his pocket that rings constantly for parts. So we do the best we can with the time we have and the money we have to get things done. So just the same as you guys, you got to work a full-time job. So I'll ask you guys, how many cars have you built in the last 6 months as well as working a full-time job and paying for all those parts yourself? It is very, very hard. We do our best, okay? Sometimes you start on something and then you run into a problem. That thing there, if that motor was good, we may have had that in and running, but now you don't know. We got to that point and now it needs rings and bearings. And there's no way for us to get rings and bearings today. So that'll be in the new year, and then it just takes time. And you've got to understand that. So when you ask these questions of, have you finished the VN Ute yet? and you asked that question 2 live streams ago, no. You know what I mean? Like, it is frustrating, guys. But anyway, I'm sure you can understand that, okay? All it takes is kind of money. We get there. We're just working along, doing our thing. You know what I mean? VL manual steering rack will fit. Don't know if VS though. Intermittent shaft. The shaft where it connects to your steering arm is different on a VS to what it is on a VN. The VL one is probably splined, I'd say. VL is splined, whereas
Series 1 VN is splined, Series 2 onwards
is the double D. So so you'll run into trouble with the intermediate shaft. And none of it is you will not find a manual bolt-in fit for a VS Commodore. The shaft that goes down.
Yeah. There are guys who do racks that modify a power steering one to become a manual rack.
Yeah.
I think guys, Gold Coast Power Steering, I think they do it. There's another mob, but you can just take your power steering rack to them and they'll modify it to be a manual rack.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how they do it, but there's some way they do it.
But I reckon you'd be looking at, well, just a reconditioned rack costs about $220, and if they're going to do a modification, I reckon you'd be around $300 to $350 to get your rack manualised.
Depends if your rack needs to be recoded. It's just a matter of them doing their mod. I don't know what it's worth to do, but...
Yeah. But there's no bolt-in solution that I know of, but yeah. I don't mean to harp on that whole, it takes time to build stuff, but honestly, it gets a little bit disheartening, guys, when you're doing your best and you're working your ass off, working massive hours, and then you keep getting, why haven't you done this car? Why haven't you done this car? Have you worked on this car? When you've just seen that we've just done a week on a car, it's
like a lot of other people, like when they do this sort of stuff, they are like mechanics by trade, so they film what they're doing all day, every day. If all we were doing is building cars all day, we'd have heaps more done, but that's not making us money, and we're building cars for ourselves, not other people.
Yeah.
Most of those people are building cars for other people.
So the other person gets to go out and earn money every day.
While they're building the car.
While they're building the car.
We've got to earn money, so unfortunately that's just the way it is.
They've got some customers. I hope you understand that, guys. We're doing our best, and really YouTube was just taking you guys for a ride along on what I do, which, you know, I feel bad for blokes that love cars and can't play cars. You can watch a video on blokes pissing about with cars, and, you know, it's taken a little bit of time for you guys to get to know us and be sort of interested in where life's heading and what's going on and the different cars that come in. And you guys probably get frustrated that the cars don't get done quick enough. Imagine how I feel. I physically cannot do another hour, and all I want to do is go and put this 4-link in. But I'm at home, but then Nicole rings, you need milk, and you've got to go home, and then you don't want to not be home at bedtime for Mia, you know what I mean? Like, so you want to be there to put her at bed at night, but you want to be here working on cars. I'm trying to do my best, guys, and there'll be a different format this year with the videos, and we'll just do the best we can. And I hope you guys are going to come along for the ride, because there will be a lot of cool stuff that happens, like this bike. This bike's starting to look good now. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to do something with the Speedo. Those shocks were perfect for the back. They're only cheapies. I've got the bolt hole here was different, so I'm going to have to actually put in a bigger thing so it doesn't crush the rubber. But I don't think I'm going to go much further with this, guys. I'm going to mount the Speedo up better at the front here with the covers and put the pipes on. Maybe do something with the seat. But I'm not going to spend any more money on that. I'm going to concentrate on these cars. I think that there's only ever a cheap bike, and I'm pretty happy with how it's come up. But yeah, all right, guys. I'm going to do some work. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to stop whinging, and I'm going to go do some work. So, guys, thank you very much for joining in. I hope all that made sense with the projects. I want them done just as much as you guys. The SV89 is a massive, massive project, and trust me, as soon as we start on that job, you guys will be the first ones to know. It's I don't know. What do you do? And along the way, there'll be new stuff that gets dropped into the mix, and plans will change and all the rest of it. I'll read some more comments, guys. I'm currently doing a small block into a VS Commodore conversion. Mad. That'll be a sweet car. I love small block Chevs. Do you, mate, you want to have time? Got it. Do you want, you can make, do what you can, mate. And yeah, I can only do what I can. I'll do my best. My family pretty much raises themselves, and I'm very fortunate to have Nicole as well, because none of this would happen without her. She's awesome. Okay, what you just said there, just looking for an update. Unless something's been done to the car, I'm not going to walk out to the ute if I haven't touched it. And from yesterday's live stream when I got asked the question, I haven't touched it today. Like, yeah, it builds up on me. I feel bad that the cars aren't done, but there's nothing I can do about it, guys. It gets very disheartening, trust me. If I'm working on it, you guys will be the first ones to know. I'm not going to hide. I don't hide what we're doing. I don't build suspense. I don't clickbait. I don't, you know what I mean? If we're working on it, you guys know about it. If something goes wrong, I'll tell you about it. I don't hide projects to reveal them later. It is what it is, you know? Yeah. Yeah, most people take years to build a car. Like that formula, most people would have taken a year to tidy that thing up. I think it got done in a couple of months and launched to Ayers Rock. I was just speaking to John O before, actually. He's hopefully doing that roadworthy and that straight after Christmas to change it into his name, and he'll be, yeah. Yeah, been doing an XF Pano for 3 years and it's still not done. Can't wait to finish it. That's it. And you've got all the, you know, you probably have a family as well, Killer Pandas, and you got to work. You got to earn the money. Like, I send us broke. If you send photos to Andrew Crumpston, I can't pronounce your name, but any photos, like if you want to share with everyone, if you send, to me personally, you can send them on my Kingatow Facebook page or message me on Instagram. But if you want to show the bigger community of Kingatow crew, there's a Facebook page for our Wednesday night Parts Finder Live. And a lot of guys post a lot of their car builds and stuff on there, which is good because everyone can see that there. And you do have to join the page. So just put in a request, join the page. You get accepted pretty much straight away. It's just, I want to try and keep it as dickhead free as I can. So that way, I don't want, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't want, if there's someone in there being just a total dick, at least then I can get rid of them and we can keep our community good, full of guys that are just interested in cars, not just giving shit and putting people down. You know what I mean? Because everyone likes something different, you know what I mean? And guess what? Barras are welcome, all right? If you're building a Barra and you're proud of it and you're doing well, we want to see it. Just because I personally don't want to build a Barra, that doesn't mean they're not welcome, because I respect everyone's build. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of effort to build something. So if you've got a Barra, show us what you're doing. It's good. And I'm sure there's a lot of other blokes on here that want to see them as well. Okay, so and I'm not going to jump on there, trust me, and tell you that it's a Barra and it's a piece of shit. That is not who I am. I respect what they are, and I respect that everyone likes different things. Okay, so yeah, it's taken me 6 years to do my Tirana. That's it. But that's like the SV89. That Tirana these days, you need to spend the time and get it right, because they're worth so much money now and they're not building them anymore. And if you've got one that's not rusty, yeah, it's a gem. It's something that needs to be looked after. So, you know, be all good, guys. This year's going to be a big year for us. Hopefully we'll get a lot of other guys on board and we'll see what we can build together, eh? But I'm going to go do some work. Otherwise, you're just going to ask me tomorrow what I've done. I'm going to say nothing. So, all right, dudes. That's it, eh? All right, dudes. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much for the super chats, guys, and the support. It is always much appreciated because it does help. It's amazing how good you can get a paint job yourself. Like it's, yeah, I've been surprised some of the shed paint jobs we've done over the years. The sump in the Valiant. Well, from what I can work out, guys, you can't buy a sump to put an LS1 into a Valiant because of the steering rack. Hang on, I'll turn this around. Because the steering rack is here, HQ sumps into LS's, all right, are rear hump. So I'm going to get a steel HQ sump, which will give me a rear hump, and then I'm going to cut it around the steering rack.
Why don't we just put an HK one in there and then it'll fit? Because HK is centre sump.
HK centre sump, you reckon?
No, I know they are.
All right, well, there you go. All right, well, I'll get some, what I'm going to do then, I'll change what I just said. I'm going to get some measurements of our HK sump, okay, and measure that up. And I might be able to buy one that bolts on then, which would be great.
Okay, yeah, customer in the shop, they do an HK conversion kit for LS, so you should just be able to buy the sump alone. All right,
I'm going to look that up today and get some measurements, and, well, that solves a massive headache for me.
It may still need some slight modifications, but it's going to be easier than trying to move the whole fucking hump from the rear to the centre.
Yeah, all right, sweet. Well, there you go. He's worth more money, isn't he?
I know boats.
He knows boats and hovercrafts. All right, dudes, I've got to go. Got to go do some work. But anyway, nearly fell over. See you.